This week on Real Estate Raw. Yeah, just this living room, well, because we're not touching the kitchen. So that's why you have cord around in your living room, because they put this floor down, they never took these off. I was talking with my tenant about the RO system that's here, and look at what I happened to notice. Another undermount sink that's falling. On this one, I call it the zig and zag. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take out the rest of this wall when we're done all our plumbing, and then we're gonna come in with a piece of beadboard. Germ's gonna put a 2x4, maybe two of them, Germ. This is Renita, is that how you like
yes,
to use it?
Bob, nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
She's an out-of-state investor here in Lubbock, Texas.
That was a great strategy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely...
It's helpful talking to an investor as opposed to just an agent to get that point on, because you want to make a profit.
Right, it's the whole point of all this, make a profit. So this is one of my boardwalk properties, so usually when something goes wrong with this one, we're right on top of it. Germ's already in and now working on the bathroom plumbing issue. We're gonna stop by, make sure he's not tearing the place apart and getting crazy in over there. And yeah, this is just what happens. It's one of those properties that, you know, like I said, it's the boardwalk premier one. So people pay good rent, pay good money to be there. So when something breaks down, we get right on top of it. So let's go check it out, make sure he's on top of stuff. Oh my God. What the heck is going on here, man?
Replumbing this mixing valve.
Okay, so I called this boardwalk property. It's what they call a garden tub. You don't see these too often. A garden tub is in the master bathroom, which is cool. And then take a look at that beauty right there. Old school bidet, real bidet. You all know what that's for, don't you? You got a bidet, you got a toilet, you get your garden tub. I'll be honest, I never used the tub. I've used the bidet just to try it once to say I did it, but I've never used this garden tub. This would be kind of cool, huh, Jim? Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like we don't have to mess with the tile on one side. We just got to figure out a game plan on the other side when it's all done. Maybe if we do it smart enough. You got that, oh, you took the bottom row off on this one.
I had to take that whole section out.
Yeah. Let's see, maybe we could put a beadboard or something.
That's what I was
saying.
saying.
Point forward like that, but then we get that damn bottom part.
I thought about just taking this whole section out and going beadboard all the way across.
On this one. I call it the zig and zag. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take out the rest of this wall when we're done all our plumbing. And then we're gonna come in with a piece of beadboard. Germ's gonna put a 2x4, maybe two of them, Germ. Cut them in thirds, there and there, right? Put the beadboard in so the beadboard won't bow with all the humidity and heat. So we'll have places to do it. We'll draw a piece of base at the bottom, cord around in between here and that, and it'll look like a main box. So all this destruction with tile will be gone. All that plumbing's done. And yeah, look at that, take a pan right into that plumbing. A lot of different plumbing deals going on here. But that will solve the cosmetic problem. And it'll look nice, it'll be good, and that's it. That's the zig and zag plan on this one. All right. So, all leaky connections right here. This is what happens when you sweat copper over a period of time. Oh, and we gotta keep this copper for Shani. So my son loves to do a copper pile. And what else was leaking on this? Was the mixing valve okay or no?
Mixing valve was fine, but I figured since I had this opened up, it was better just to replace it since it was out.
Yeah. But yeah, look at whoever did all the joint seams, you can see right here. See, this is the stuff that's behind your walls you don't see. You know, somebody did a crappy job on this one. You can tell, I don't know, it's just horrible. All right, so I was talking with my tenant about the RO system that's here. And look at what I happened to notice. Another undermount sink that's falling. So, this is the second one in the last 6 months. So I'm gonna have to talk to the granite installers with these undermounts. I'm not happy because Well, I'll be honest, they do fix them. When I call them up, they'll come right over and take care of the problem. But it does happen. This is the second one. So I'm hoping this is the last one. But this is kind of a surprise, you know, another granite undermount sink that is dropping. At least, I mean, take a look. It's just, I mean, that is not cool at all. That shouldn't happen like that, so. Unbelievable, but it's always the cans of worms, you know, looking at one problem and there's another one.
There's two in that front room. There's my son's room, and then there's this.
Okay.
So do you
I have a question. How much would it be to take this up and make it all the hardwood look?
It's too much, Mommy. He just said it's $1,200 to blow the fireplace out. What do you think it's going to take to blow out the rest of it?
And I'll be honest with you too, it's one of those variances that, like we talked about before, when we start ripping up this tile, you know, it could be where it starts popping. And time is the factor. Time is our enemy. So if it starts popping, then we can go cheaper. But if it's one of those things, we got a jackhammer each thing, we're spending a week here doing it, then you're paying the guys, you know. And so the cost on that's kind of little, you won't know until you, and that's one of those open-ended to see as it goes. It might go easy, and then time-wise, and then you're talking tile at that point. Or it might be, we got to literally have a jackhammer and take a week, and then all the dust and everything it creates. It's, I mean, you know, shooting from the hip on a price on something like that, on just the kitchen alone, you know, you're talking like $2,500, something like that.
Oh, and this is the last thing. This, the
Glass.
blinds on this door and the glass. Look at this glass.
The glass, the
You
dog.
know, the door.
Yeah.
So do I replace the glass or do I replace the door?
I would say by the time you have the glass company come out here and replace that glass, it'd be a lot cost-effective to replace the whole door, to be
How
honest.
much
'Cause
is the door versus the glass? I think it's around the same price.
well, no, so what happens is the glass companies that come out and they gotta make a custom fit glass
Right.
piece.
Right.
And those are expensive, I'll be
How
honest.
much does a door like this run?
Like $300.
That's what I'm saying.
And that glass is gonna probably cost you that, if not more.
Just get a new.
Yeah, I would say get a new
So
door.
new door, new blinds. Right.
So what I would suggest for the floors, because you're really specific on like color and taste, I would say that you look for the floor and find that floor, and I can give you the measurements, and that way you get exactly what you want. Yeah, you get what you want.
Like, what's the best place to go?
Yates Flooring, right here in Lubbock, Texas, and I can help you with all that.
I said to Mom, I think I need to go to Yates because they're on TV and they
Yeah.
look like it. But oh my God, I'm
They're not the
going-
cheapest though. They're not the
Who's the
cheapest.
cheapest? Like,
So
who's
Home
the-
Depot, Lowe's, that's your cheapest. Yeah, you go to Home Depot and Lowe's, sometimes they have blowout sales and,
Can you give me like how much I'm gonna need? And
yeah,
then-
that's what I mean. I can give you the square footage,
Don't you get a contractor discount if we buy it through?
not through Yates, but I will Home Depot and Lowe's, 10%, yeah. I can get 10% off on that.
She goes into Home Depot, has it put under, she pays for it, but she puts it under your name.
No, I'd have to be there for that. I would show up and I'd help you with that
So go
part.
pick it out.
Yeah,
And then
exactly,
can you
pick
give
it
me
out.
Can you give me the measurements?
I will give you exact, and we have like a 10% waste, they call it. So we'll measure it all out, and I'll give you the exact measurement, and we have that 10%, they call that a waste deal. Down there. I just want you to be happy with the picking out the exact color. That's gonna be the key, is picking out what you want as far as look-wise and
Do you
aesthetics.
think I should do swatches first on the wall? And look?
It sounds like you're really kind of having a pretty good idea. Like those pictures you showed me,
Yeah,
I think if
no,
you
I
walk
know.
through that door and show them, you can get pretty close to what you're gonna want.
I'm gonna do a tiny little drop.
And I'll tell you what, to make it life easy for you guys, because what happens with these projects, I get overwhelmed sometimes. I show up at one of my places that I gotta remodel and do. There's a whole list, like this long of stuff's gotta be done. So what I do is I go after, what do I need? Like you guys are concerned about getting in here. So I would say the lighting, as far as today's purposes goes, keep thinking about it. And I'm gonna price today the paint job for the property and your floor. So, I mean, you're looking between everything said and done, and I'm probably gonna just throw in your material cost too. I'm just gonna make ballpark guesses on that. Just on your flooring down at Home Depot Lowe's, you're gonna spend anywhere between $3,500 to $5,500. That's gonna be your flooring cost.
Right.
So just that on material cost there, your painting, it's probably another couple $1,000s, and well, I'd say maybe $1,200 to $1,300 in paint. You'll be right there. So you're at $6,000 or $7,000 just in materials on paint and flooring.
Well, what's the end result, Bob? Is it 15? Is it?
Oh, you're talking about mine, so I'm just trying to give
So
you.
what's out the door for her, so she has an idea how she can go
So I can give you my labor, I can give you like my labor cost based off the flooring and stuff like that, but it's all gonna depend on finish, what type of flooring she buys, the square foot. It can go from $1.80 to whatever, but, I mean, so like this here, to be here for 2 to 3 weeks and repaint your house and blow out your floors and redo your floors, like we're at 12 for us on a labor, and then whatever your material cost is gonna be.
You're ready?
At 12, yeah, we're at 12 to do all this.
12,000.
Yeah, yeah.
With the floors and everything.
With the floors and your paint, yeah.
But that's not material, that's
That's,
just what he's
you're
doing.
right. That's why I was giving you an idea.
That's his time and labor.
You're right. And the materials, just on a ballpark real fast one, that you're at 6.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at 6. So that's why I'm thinking, if you got a limit of like 15,000 total between labor and materials, then we can, that's why I want to know, like, sort of, if you have a limit price or a ballpark price, then I can be more, I can say, then don't go for this luxury vinyl, go with a pergola, go with a cheaper material. We can start zigging, don't go with a Sherwin-Williams paint, go with this, because your materials, no matter who does it, it's going to be there. You're looking at 6, plus thousand just on the material cost. So the rule of thumb is, it's if your materials are costing 6, your labor, it's going to be, say $2 to $3 a square foot for installation, and then painting, and there's a lot of prepping, like doors. That's the most expensive part, I'll be honest. So yeah, there's big money things here where it starts to add up.
Time stuff. I haven't seen it, but again, I'm popping in and out.
Yeah.
Look at you can see the kids out playing.
Yeah, I mean, this is very.
I love this park being right across the street.
Yeah, this is a good, like, when I first pulled in, this is like, I mean.
Yep. The young lady here to the right of me does have a little girl, and she popped out once yesterday. Outside of that, they do have dogs over there, but I haven't seen any younger children. But he did mention that his wife takes care of the kids. But I haven't seen them outside. But again, it's school time, so.
All right.
Right.
This is Renita. Is that how you like
Yes,
to spell it,
Bob,
Renita?
nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
She's an out-of-state investor here in Lubbock, Texas. She's from Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut.
She does voiceover for the state of Connecticut, for the education department.
Yeah.
And she's visiting this property for the first time, well, probably yesterday.
I've owned it for 3 years, but the first time this week.
So we're just gonna kind of just do a walkthrough, see where we're at with things. She's thinking about selling it, maybe, kind of get the feel for what we should do. She just got rid of a management company.
Yeah.
Just got rid of, so we're kind of a little, that plateau point right now.
A lot of transition.
A lot of transition, a lot of transition. So what do you think, like any types of things that come to your mind as far as?
So we're going to give it some curb appeal.
Yeah.
So the landscaper's going to come. We're going to put some pebbles here with some drought tolerant, low maintenance, some grasses and something else.
Right.
I bought some pots and just beautify it. Got a new outdoor light fixture for the front and back.
Yeah.
4 pots, and just kind of add some color and some flowers. Most of them will be artificial because I'm not going to be here to water, and the house will be vacant for at least a month.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what we're doing now.
I think that's the biggest bang for your dollars right now is your landscaping.
Yeah. Oh, and we decided I am going to get a quote to put up fencing.
Yeah.
To give it some privacy, make it feel a little safe, and I think it'll make it more appealing.
Yep. You gotta watch out for that step. So somebody put a lockbox on here, and we just said the property management company didn't know who did it?
Had no idea how it got there. He asked me if I put it there.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, and you don't know how it got there?
See, I got a guy named Jeremy that could probably pick this.
Really?
But you know what? Sounds like.
And there's keys in there.
And there's keys in there. So
Yeah.
how does that happen?
How does that happen?
Exactly. So that, you definitely have to change the locks then.
Definitely.
If somebody has access to this property, make a difference.
So it's a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath. This is one of the bathrooms, and there's a small master bedroom. I was surprised.
Yeah, good sized bedrooms. 3 bedrooms.
Pretty average. And then it has the bathroom there for this bedroom.
Gotcha.
And this is the backyard. So I'll change out the light fixture, something a little bit more decorative.
Right.
We will bring the stones out to about here and go to full length of this.
Okay.
And again, we'll put
And
up,
the fence. So you gotta do the fence across the alley and down?
no,
Or
just the sides.
Just the sides,
Yeah,
but not the alley?
No,
Is he gonna help you next door?
no,
It's a common fence,
and he's not the owner.
and he's not the owner,
No,
so yeah.
and
so-
she's not the owner.
And she's not the owner.
So if we got, and I'm sure the owners wouldn't mind,
Wow.
but unless I ask them to help pay,
Right,
and I'm not even going to waste my time
yeah, yeah.
getting that. Because if it looks like this, they don't care about
I'll be
the
honest
fence.
with you, your most important fence is the back alley.
You think?
Yes, because what happens is people that travel at night, break in at night, they use the alleys. So if you have a fence, like if you put a sides up here,
Yeah.
it means nothing because you still have total access to this backyard from the alleys. So all your basically your crooks. Every time I buy a house and I remodel it, all my stuff that happens, they come in through the alleys. Always come in through the. So anybody that lives in this area,
Right.
the alley fence is more important than your side fence. If I don't put a fence, you might say it's still no one.
Well, that was without a fence,
Without
because
the
we
fence.
hadn't even talked about
All
it
right,
then.
so can you bump up to 150
Right,
something with the
with the
fence?
fence.
Maybe not, you know, maybe that's the top there, sort of, you know? So if that's the case, then I would nix the fence,
Okay.
you know? And then the only way I would do a fence is a feedback. This place starts sitting for a little while, feedback comes in if it had a fence,
Really?
then you know, then spend the money. But it might just go real fast, fences.
Without it.
Without it, you're saving seven grand in your pocket. Like even if you didn't have a partner and you were flipping on a estate, then you have to depend on a general contractor, you have to depend on everybody, you never get a meet or see.
Right.
You give them money. It's very hard to flip when you're not flipping. If you're flipping in the same city you live in, that's one thing.
Right. Probably just a silent financial partner.
That's the only way that would be beneficial to anybody else, like taking on a partner with somebody who's out of state.
Right.
Hey, you finance all the burden,
And we'll do all the
and we'll
work.
take care of all the other stuff around here. And I'll be honest, it's probably an actual benefit each way because when somebody has the capability of doing all that, they're not taking the financial risk.
Right.
The flip side of it is somebody on the other side of it, they know they're taking all the financial risk, but the other person get paid unless you guys
Get
both
it
make it.
done.
So that they're both
Exactly.
tied
Right.
together. You know, that'd be the only way that would actually work.
First time turnkey property.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's neat and clean. It's you know, I don't.
But that information you gave was valuable about holding off on the fence and leveraging that. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do that and let that be a point. If somebody sees it, likes it, but ooh, I wish it was kind of separated from the other tenants or other neighbors,
Yeah.
then we say, well, that was a great strategy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's helpful talking to an investor as opposed to just an agent to get that point on, because you want to make a profit.
Right. It's the whole point of all this. Make a profit. I have to catch myself when I'm in properties because sometimes I'm doing stuff that I like and want, and I have to remember at the end of the day, it's to make a profit. So I can't, you know, go up on all this and this and this, then it's over improving it, and then I can put, you know, a lot of things into it to make it beautiful and it's wonderful. But at the end of the day, there's comps, and I'm going to be at that level where it just doesn't make financial sense. Now, you get into certain homes in certain neighborhoods, you can spend to whatever. You know, it's higher end things. Whether you spend $100,000 and remodel 150, it's just gonna. But on entry levels and comps, you got to stay within a box. And anytime you go outside of that box, then you just spend it to spend at that point. You ain't gonna get it back and recoup it. Landscaping, curb appeal in the front, yes. They pull up, they like it, it's nice. That's you're gonna get that all back. But the rest of it. Next week on Real Estate Raw. Are you tenants on the lease? Okay, today's the 1st. You guys need to be out today.
I'm not out yet, so.
What are we looking at, Dewan?
2-story, 1,729 square foot.
You guys gotta sweat. So, I don't care how many nickels are behind you. You always fight for the nickels in front of you. Right now, we're fighting for nickels here.
Richie, you're a little too far away from your house, kid. You're gonna fall.
Oh, I won't.
You're gonna get good action going on. Head to the side.
I'll survive.
Do something, do it right.
Yeah.